Greetings, this is Frosty THundertrod, and welcome to episode 17 of Let's Play Rule the Waves has Spain. In my last episode, I was extremely tired from a long day of work, and I fought a battle in a very stupid manner, and I ended up losing one of my best ships to some torpedo and then a bulkhead breach. There's no way I should have lost that battle. My ship completely outclassed the enemy, but I was so reckless and careless that I ended up getting torpedoed, and then I had a bulkhead rupture from traveling too fast. Right now I'm going to reduce my espionage totals because there's no point in me having this up anymore. So that frees up a little bit more budget, which I'm going to need because right now I'm in a war with the vast majority of my fleet either under construction or being reconstructed. Alright, now we need to set up our coastal patrol. So get all the 200-ton minesweepers on coastal patrol. There we go. Alright. Now, because of the blockade, I'm not going to be able to get my bigger minesweepers out to foreign stations. Well, what I might, however, be able to do is just leave them here and assign them to foreign stations. That works. Alright. Now that'll allow me to bring my battlecruiser home. So right now I have nothing in the Northern Europe. Well, yeah, nothing in Northern Europe but minesweepers. And I won't be able to bring Infanta Maria Teresa to the Northern Europe area because I am currently being blockaded. So instead I'm going to just bring it to the Mediterranean. Alright. Now Germany has nothing here in the Mediterranean. They do have something here in the Indian Ocean. So I could possibly move my battlecruiser here to the Indian Ocean and try to do an invasion of Tanzania. Tanzania, I think that's what that is, Tanzania. That sounds right. At least I know it's a real word. I'm not necessarily sure that's exactly the correct country there. And what do they have over here? Germany has a couple colonies over here, so. They have 3 light cruisers over here. So that would not be a bad place for me to go either. Alright. So I'm going to, instead of having this ship move to the Mediterranean, I'm going to move it to Southeast Asia, and then I'm going to have the Admiral Kundo. I'm going to have you move to the Indian Ocean. I'm being dominated. Wow, that's not a good exchange. 6 submarines for 6 ships. Destroyer action in Northern Europe. Well, I have destroyers up here, so let's give it a try. Hopefully these are my new, better destroyers. Let's see, I don't think so. I think these are my old 900 tonners. Nope, that's the 1500. And, yep. Okay, so at least they're both my new destroyers. That's good news, at least. No set objectives. So, let's see what we're gonna do. Unknown ship spotted. Oof, 4 of them. 5, 6. Okay. Damn, and I'm already taking hits. So I'm going to go squad max. My destroyers are much larger and better armed. I'm just falling victim now just to sheer press and numbers. There goes the torpedoes. Alright. I'm going to withdraw because just the number differences, this is never going to end well. So let's withdraw back in this direction. Maybe if I make them chase me, I may be able to string them out and pick off 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, but just that encounter, 6 to 2 odds. Actually, I think it was up to like 8 to 2 odds there for a bit. There's just too many guns firing in for me to be able to do anything effectively. So we're just going to run away very bravely. And we're going to continue running. Yeah, looks like we're free and clear now. So just run timeout and end battle. Fired a lot of torpedoes, but using torpedoes against other destroyers is not very effective. They're just too fast, too small. And marginal victory for Germany. Alright, let's see here. What do I got building? Alright, I'm going to take the devastation up. Get the devastation going again. Double gun mounts on light cruisers. Yes. Let's see. Now the only thing I'm gonna have to fight this with is my coastal defenses and destroyers. Maybe a few minesweepers. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can lead the enemy into my coastal defenses here. So I got the same two destroyers again I had last time. These are pretty good destroyers. Now, the question is, where is the enemy at? Because they can be just about anywhere, really. Got a couple gun turrets down here by Varel. No reports or nothing so far. Look like minesweepers. Let's head back the other way then. Okay, those are my torpedo boat squadrons. Almost done here with this so-called battle. At least it should be a victory for me. Yep. Yeah, I don't even see any enemy. There they are, all the way up here. Yeah, I'm actually willing to go for a white piece here. Huh. That's too bad. Cruiser action. What do I have to fight a cruiser action with up here? Nothing. Someone declined. Alright. Enemy raid on coastal shipping. Accept. So you have to accept a battle every so often, or else I will get fired as admiral. So I'd rather do this so that I can use my coastal torpedo squadrons and batteries to my advantage. Looks like we got a battery over here. Hopefully when they come out with Rule the Waves 2, they'll fix this moving shore battery thing. Maybe tie the batteries to the port instead of to the region. Because I got 2 batteries in this region and they can spawn near any of these ports. And I got 3 submarines skulking around out here too. Unknown ship spotted. Alright. Well, that's close. So, let's see what we got. Looks like a pretty significant fleet. Well, there goes a wave of torpedoes in. There's more torpedoes. Oh. But, oh, that was so close. This is a complete wipeout for me. That's the problem with destroyers. I mean, they just have no armor. I did torpedo to get a single torpedo hit on a light cruiser, but I don't think that'll be significant. However, if that spread of torpedoes that passed through the Lundswitz would have hit, that would have been impressive. Go ahead and fire another spread. Yeah, passed right between them. Alright, this is basically my last chance here. Yep, last chance spread, and maybe. Yeah, I hit one. But both of these ships are sinking, so they won't be able to fire any more torpedoes. At least I believe they're both sinking. Yep, that one's definitely sinking. And what about you? Yep, they're both sinking, so yeah, there's no more torpedoes to fire. You can usually fire one last spread of torpedoes when your destroyers are sinking, but beyond that, that's the end of it. So I hit a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser with torpedoes. I don't think that'll be enough to give me a victory here. I need to get out of this war as quickly as possible. My submarines can probably win it for me in the end. Alright, both my ships are sunk now. So just run time out. Yeah, this campaign has been much more challenging than usual. I mean, especially those couple first wars I fought against Italy. I mean, when I've played these against Italy, teaching myself the game, I've always dominated Italy consistently, battle after battle after battle. You know, usually only losing a few light ships. But Italy actually managed to sink every single one of my legacy battleships and pretty much all my other heavy ships as well. Spain marginal victory. I didn't sink anything, but I heavily damaged a battle cruiser and 2 light cruisers. So, and I kept them from sinking anything. Really? They sank 2 of my destroyers. That should count and give them... Yeah, this is... Yeah, go ahead, Army. Give it a shot. Fleet tactics. Alright, destroyer action again. Let's see what we got here. The Terror. Alright, it's a 1500 tonner. And the Archibald, another 1500 tonner. Alright. So, 2 of my good destroyers again. Let's see what the enemy's going to put out. Unknown ship spotted. Okay. So, let's give us a shot. Alright, squad max and turn north. Things appear to be moving pretty slow. Are they really all destroyers? That would be amazing. Here I'm taking hits again. Yes, they appear to be all destroyers. Alright, I hit the V5, but I'm already in such bad shape. The Terror's taking hits. And the Terror's already essentially sunk. So we got 2 versus 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So even though ship to ship, my destroyers are better, just having 3 of them, 3 times as many ships shooting at me, I mean, it's a unwinnable situation. Let's see if I can split them up. I'm going to have the Terror head this way. It appears that they're pursuing the Terror and letting the Archbold go. That's exactly what they're doing. And there goes my torpedoes. Huh. Now they're letting the Terror go. Alright, Archibald. Since they decided to bugger off and leave you alone, you can come over here and see if you can sink some transports or something. What's this coming into the area? Another destroyer? George Juan? Yeah, George Juan. Ultra fast. Oop. Ultra fast. There we go. You're going to drop down to cruise speed, Archibald, so you can still get home. That's going to be a small shore battery. I'm not going to mess around with that. Nothing good's come from fighting a shore battery with a destroyer. Back up to ultra fast. Right. And Germany gets a marginal victory. Losing prestige like crazy to this blockade. Generally speaking, revolutionaries are not a good idea, but this is a desperate situation, so I'll give it a shot. I sank one of their AMCs. Unexpected battle. Damn, convoy defense. Okay. What do I have to defend it with? Just the Archibald. Okay. Well, we'll give it a try. Got last 500 ticks. And they throw a light cruiser at me right away. Well, I'm going to try to scare it off. seems to be working. Alright. Two Gazelle class cruisers. Let's take a look at these things. Alright, 6.6-inch guns, 2 inches armor belt. Alright. My guns are effective against it, but its guns are effective against me. It has more of them, they're bigger, and it has armor and I don't. So there's no winning this battle that way. So the only thing I can try to do is, head off this way. Armored cruiser down here, huh? I would almost rather take that on, because armored cruiser's large guns or medium-sized guns would have a hard time hitting me, and it would make a much better target for my torpedoes. Go with the light cruisers again. Now they're bringing in dreadnoughts and. Alright. So the only thing I can do right now is just charge these dreadnoughts and try to get torpedoes into them. It is suicidal, but. Archibald is sinking, so I'll take a hit. Now, cats don't like to see there, apparently. Come on, guy. Hey, cats, knock it off, please. Got one cat that's really young and another one that's kind of old, and the young one always wants to play and the old one is not so much. Yeah, so there's nothing more I can do in this battle, just ride it out. There goes the Archibald. Looks like they sunk 2 of my transports, so they will achieve their mission. So this is going to be a very strong German victory. Paused for some reason, so continuing to shoot my transports. More transport shooting. Come on. Come on. Keeps pausing on all these sightings, on all these reports. I need to get out of this war as soon as possible. You know, even if I just had the ships that I currently have in construction complete, I would be very eager to take on Germany, but right now with the small forces I have, and even as my ships begin to complete, I mean, they're going to just string out, one at a time. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my ships when they have 1 month left, instead of letting them string out one at a time and be destroyed. So let's check my under construction. Alright, so halt construction right here. Alright, well, our submarines sank one of their minesweepers in a spirited duel. Alright, a German light cruiser. Excellent sinking. A minesweeper hit a mine. Irony. Fleet battle. I have no fleet. Declined. Raid on coastal shipping. Declined. Alright. Now maybe if I could get some sort of a battle either in the Indian Ocean or Southeast Asia, where I've got something that can actually fight. Yeah. Hey, the army came through for me. How about that? Convoy attack with 2 destroyers. Okay. I will take a risk on this one. Although chances I'm going to get 1 destroyer. Yep, 1 destroyer. The Terror. Okay. Have to sink 2 transports. Unknown ship spotted. So what do we got here? This is the destroyer screen. This is the escorts. Alright. And an AMC. So what I'm going to have to do is... Alright, try to remember this position. I'm going to disengage off to the east, come south, and then move back west. The escort should chase me for a relatively limited time. So as long as I can get away without taking any major damage, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. No, I'm already a goner. So I'm going to do the only thing I can do. I'm just going to spam out my torpedoes. And maybe, just maybe I'll get lucky and hit something with them. Although it's very unlikely. Low chance to hit. But a slight chance is better than no chance. Out of arc. Okay. Alright, the Terror is sinking. Ah, dang it. I didn't even get a chance for my torpedoes to reach the target. Unknown nation has stolen industrial secrets. Don't really care. Alright. Let's go back here to under construction. Let's get the devastation going again. Well, how about that? We sank a German minesweeper with one of our mines. Decline. Cruiser battle. Once again, I have no cruiser, so decline. Decline. Carolina Islands. Alright. Do I have anything out here? No, I didn't think so. Alright. Damn. That really screwed us over. Okay, let's get these. Foreign stations. Alright. 10,000 tons. Wow. So let's see, what can I even build? Well, I guess I'm going to have to design a light cruiser. Neck. Cross deck fired. I'm behind, yeah. So, alright. Design ship. I'm gonna go with cruiser light. Let's see what the game spits out at me. So, does 30 knots, all or nothing armor. It has 8 6-inch guns, advanced director. Alright, I'm going to remove these secondaries. I don't think they're going to do me any good. Go to normal accommodations. Increase my ammo a little bit. Okay, so 8 6-inch guns, 30 knots of speed, so submerged torpedo tubes are kind of useless on this ship. I can live with short range. I prefer not to have short range, but I can live with it. So let's just go ahead with medium range. And that's going to cost me. There we go. 81 tons. I got 30 mines. Now, I don't think I'm going to increase the armor any, because it's not really possible to build a light cruiser with effective armor. But if I'm going to use above, that's better, yeah, because if I'm going to use swivel mount torpedoes, I might as well use a lot of swivel mount torpedoes. Isabel 2, huh? Alright. Suggest. Alright. So I'm going to get 2 of these building. And my subs took a beating. So I'm going to have to build some more. Right. Okay, and I'm going to call this episode to a close here. And I'm going to spend the next couple of episodes here building a good navy. Well, this is going to be kind of hard with these treaty limitations, because 12,000 tons. Yeah, I'll see what I can do with that. But thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.